It's time to get drained. Don't worry, if you're watching this video, you're safe. It's only drainers here. Nobody will know that you listen to Drain Gang. Anthony Fantano is permanently banned from viewing this tutorial. Drainthony Gang Tano. Anyways, you know what's up. We're making a drained beat for Bladee and ecco2k using only FL Studio stock plugins. Actually, that's a lie. We're gonna use some other plugins too. But stick around because it's gonna be dope. Just a heads up before we start cooking this beat, you will only be able to make good beats if you are fully drained. So to get fully drained, I'm going to need you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. So like and sub for Drain Gang. You can do it. I believe in you. Do it for the drain. Also, I just made a new Drain Gang themed kit with a little bird. Wait, why did they censor the word? What the fuck? Well, anyways, you can get your copy of the DrainPlugg Loop Kit at andrewtheavatar.com. It really helps support this channel and every single download makes a difference. Do it for the drain. Now let's dive in.
Andrew, don't play.
So I started out with this little bird loop from the DrainPlugg Loop Kit, and I am once again asking you to pick up this kit to support Blade for President 2024. So head over to andrewtheavatar.com and pick up this beautiful loop as well as a bunch of other awesome ones that we made for the DrainPlugg Kit. Next, I had to sync the BPM of the loop to the BPM of the track, and the good thing about doing it this way is that whenever we change the BPM of the track, the loop will also match it. Also, if you notice that the loop got shifted in pitch when we changed the BPM there, so we have to switch it to auto mode. So I started off the rhythm for this track by laying down a simple top line pattern. Next, I opened the hats in the piano roll and used Ctrl+L to put it in legato. What the f is legato? It doesn't really matter. All it means is that the notes are going to flow into the next one in the piano roll. From here, it was a matter of just programming in some rests and rolls using the razor tool and the chopper tool, which you can pull up with Alt+U. Next, I picked a nice punchy drum kit from Geology's Alchemic Catalyst drum kit. I lowered the pitch by 1 semitone so that way it would play it in the key of B, and I used the out knob to make the kick a little more punchy and the boost knob for more power. Next, I laid down a simple pattern using the KISS method. Keep it simple, Ed. Before programming the 808, I set up the drum pattern next to the loop, that way we could make sure our bass line fits with the melody. Always use scale helpers. It's like having the answer key to a math test. One eternity later, we had this bass line, and basically the thing here is just playing around the kick drum, right? So you don't want to hit exactly with the kick every time, but you want to be very close to how the kick plays, and then you basically want to just throw in some slides and a few different little effects, but you really want to just focus on the rhythm and the groove. Like, you don't want it to be too crazy. Next, it was off to the Gulag. I mean, the arrangement and the mix. So how do you get a great song out of just drums and a melody like this? Well, it's really all in the arrangement and the mix. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how I do it. The first step here is to split the pattern by channel, so that way we have all of our different sounds to arrange with. So I wanted to do a filter sweep into the track, so I set up an EQ and made an automation track from the low pass band. So all we had to do from here is draw in a simple automation curve to get this filter sweep effect. If you want these same kind of vibes in your own tracks, make sure to pick up the DrainPlugg Loop Kit. Next, I added in producer tags and spiced it up even more by drawing in a filter sweep with Love Filter. Now from here, I basically just kept going about the arrangement and adding in more transitions. I added in more effects like Camel Crusher, Halftime, and just automate them to create different moments of tension in the project. And really the whole vibe here is basically to just keep adding elements, but not so that the mix gets more messy, but really so that way it flows together. So you can really have just a handful of elements. Like, all the sounds we're using are basically just the loop and the drums, but we add all these different transitions, all these different effects, all these different automations, and it creates more movement in the music, and movement translates to energy or emotion. So it's really takes a little bit of extra time to do this stuff, and I'm just speeding up the process here so that way you can see what I did here. But basically just experimenting with this stuff and getting those transitions right is just going to make the instrumental at the end of the day have so much more impact than if you just do like, here's a verse, here's a chorus. But if you add in those bridges and if you add in those areas where like the whole track evolves between different sections. So you're keeping the same theme, you're keeping the same elements, but you're creating evolutions in the sound by working with different effects and working with different parts of the song to make each part of it a unique listen. So that way it's engaging from start to finish. Also, before I show you how I mastered this track, I want to take a moment to invite you to the Avatar Squad Discord server. I source a lot of the loops for these videos. I source a lot of the sounds for these videos from that server. So it's a great way to get your own sounds featured on this channel and be featured on this channel. And it's a great place to just connect with producers and artists and play games, have a great time, have good conversation, get help with anything you need with your music production. So definitely check it out. The link is always in the description. I'll see you there. So one of the easiest ways to master any track I'm going to be straight up is the subtle master preset inside Camel Crusher. And then from here, really the only thing that I add to most of my beats is this L1 Ultra Maximizer limiter from Waves. And this thing is awesome. I use this 16-bit Final Master. I usually just play with that orange slider on the left and I switch it to 24-bit. And sometimes I'll play with either the analog or the digital setting. And this thing is awesome. And this is just a great way to level out your beat, and you don't have to go like all out unless you're really preparing a instrumental track for release or if it's a vocal track. Anyways, that's how you make a Drain beat for ecco2k and Bladee. I hope you enjoyed.
Agent Don't Play.